What's up, everybody? I wanted to make a video specifically about Elon Musk and how I think he isn't really telling the whole story when it comes to all of his rants on Twitter and all of the talking he does about Dogecoin, or Dogecoin as I like to call it. I wanted to play something for you all because there's really I don't know. I'm very skeptical about the way Elon Musk talks about cryptocurrency in general, but this is something that I wanted to play. Hang on, let me start it up here. This is a recent thing Elon Musk just said.
I do at this point think Bitcoin is a good thing, and so I am a supporter of Bitcoin. Like I said, I'm late to the party, but I'm a supporter of Bitcoin, and I think Bitcoin is really on the verge of getting broad acceptance by sort of the conventional finance people, So yeah, I think so. I don't have a strong opinion on other cryptocurrencies. I mean, occasionally I make jokes about Dogecoin, but they are really just meant to be jokes. Dogecoin is made as a joke to make fun of cryptocurrencies. But I do at this point think Bitcoin is good.
Dogecoin is made as a joke to make fun of cryptocurrencies, is what Elon Musk says. After all the hyping, all the stuff everybody's talking about Dogecoin, then later on he says, "Oh, it was created as a joke, obviously." It was created as a. It's like, what? Wait a minute. I wanted to talk about the whole past of Elon Musk. If you were in the live feed prior to this one, it's been a little bit choppy live. I'm going to post this video after shooting the video. So this one we're just going to shoot all the way through. If it's too laggy during the live, well then I'll post the video, and I hope that after it processes it goes through a little bit better. I wanted to shoot this one live though, being Saturday night. So if you can bear with me, the past of Elon Musk is very interesting. And if this sounds repetitive because we started live stream, we're now restarting it back up. But to those that haven't watched it, I wanted to repeat this. Elon Musk started a company called Zip2 after he moved here from South Africa, dropped out of college, and started Zip2, right? After Zip2, then he created PayPal. Now, what's so interesting about that is, well, he actually started X.com that then turned into PayPal. So he took the millions that he made from Zip2 with his brother, turned it into X.com, which then turned into PayPal. And he was the CEO of PayPal at one point, where then he stepped down and then someone else took over as CEO. And then he then sold PayPal for $1.5 billion to eBay. And it gets a lot juicier with the whole eBay situation with PayPal, because then it recently spun off because of Carl Icahn. But let's keep talking about Elon Musk. So where did Elon Musk get the money to start Tesla? Where did Elon Musk get the money to start SpaceX and shoot rockets up? Well, Elon Musk got that money from selling PayPal. That's where Elon Musk, that was the space. He thinks long and hard about what he is going to take over next, like what industry he's going to attack next. It was Zip2, and he went for the whole yellow pages. He wanted to be the yellow pages of the internet. That was what Zip2 was. And then after that, he went, you know what? I want to be the online payments. Online payments is going to be a huge industry. There's $1 trillion industry minimum. There's going to be a huge space there in online payments. And he creates X.com, which then gets turned into PayPal. So when he's playing games and joking around with Dogecoin and saying, well, I'm late to the bandwagon with, Bitcoin and this and that, I don't buy it. I don't buy it, Mr. Musk. You act like you're not a super genius and you haven't studied every single parameter of online payments. Like, you act like you didn't get your money from selling PayPal. You created PayPal. So what in the world are we supposed to be believing that he is just oblivious to cryptocurrency? Oblivious to it, just learning about it right now. It's like, does anybody else want to dig a little bit deeper into that and go, are you just playing, with us and trying to distract and pretend like you don't really know what's going on when you really do know quite a bit about what's going on, Elon? You made your money from selling PayPal. That is where your nest egg came from. So it's not like online payment platforms isn't a big deal. And how big is online payment platforms? Well, Carl Icahn went over to eBay, who stole PayPal from Elon Musk for $1.5 billion. I guess inflation made it go up quite a bit, or a ridiculous amount, because Carl Icahn got them to spin off PayPal. eBay let PayPal be its own thing, and now PayPal is a $310 billion company where eBay is only a $40 billion company. So the little baby that was within eBay became worth over $300 billion. And what does that tell us all? Well, it tells us that the world is looking to pay less fees. They don't want to pay eBay the 10%. They would rather find a way to build their own websites. They'd rather do transactions on social media, find their own ways to market outside of paying eBay the 10%, and they would rather pay the 2.9% to PayPal. What's the next step in that evolution? Elon Musk has notably gone on the record and said, I didn't think the whole email payments was a big deal. I guess it turned out to be a way bigger deal than we anticipated, but that wasn't the original vision for PayPal. Well, PayPal hasn't really changed since the whole email payment thing blew up. He has gone on the record to say that that wasn't the original vision of PayPal. What was the original vision of PayPal, Elon Musk? What was the original vision? I would love for you to talk more about that, because he says that it was just, the email payment thing was just a little side part of PayPal that turned out to be worth a ton of money. We sold it for $1.5 billion. And now we're supposed to believe that he's just joking around with the Dogecoin thing, doesn't really know what's going on. I have a feeling that he's just putting on distractions. Part of me really thinks, and this is just my feel of it, my opinion, could be completely wrong, not to be taken as advice in any way, but I genuinely feel that he is putting on a front, because he was putting on a front about Dogecoin. Now he tells us Dogecoin is a joke. What I played for you at the beginning of this video, now he tells us Dogecoin is a joke. What happened to before? Why not tell us it was a joke prior to it? Only the people that were well informed, that actually read the white paper, knew that Dogecoin was a joke, but Elon Musk was busy, pumping it and not telling everybody that it's a joke. He was just playing along with it, and people really believed him. I mean, grown adults that are my good friends were buying Dogecoin and telling me, why don't I get in on it? It's like, what? So obviously people really believed him. Now he has what I just played for you and talks about how Dogecoin is a joke and, fate loves irony, so it's possible, ha ha ha, but what? But meanwhile, as you were joking around, you ended up buying Bitcoin, just like we had talked about in that live stream a while back. It was a distraction. And I think that he could be putting on the same distraction while he is gobbling up not just silver, because everybody wants me to say only silver because we're silver squirrels around here. Not just silver, but all of the industrial materials that he needs. He would be foolish not to. He would be foolish not to be gobbling up all the industrial materials that he needs. And that could be cobalt, could be lithium, could be, aluminum even, all of the metals for his cars, everything that he needs. Why wouldn't he be gobbling up those materials right now? Maybe he's gobbling them up over in China at the Gigafactory over there in China and storing it over there. Who knows? But I think that it's all a distraction, and he is meanwhile buying. When he's joking around with Dogecoin, he went and bought Bitcoin. Now when he's joking around with things, he's doing something. It's to me, I think he's putting on a facade, because a proven genius like Elon Musk, a literal proven genius that got his money in the first place from creating online payments. That was his original vision to get his worth, to get his net worth. He already had enough money to split to the Caymans after, selling Zip2. He could have just been chilling for the rest of his life. But what did he do with that money from Zip2? He had a vision for a new way to transact online called X.com. He actually even was the founder of X.com. So his vision was a different payment platform online that then turned into PayPal, and you have the whole PayPal mafia with Peter Thiel and all of his friends. They created PayPal. Elon is the original PayPal mafia, and they sold PayPal for $1.5 billion to eBay. And we're supposed to believe, Elon, that you don't know anything about cryptocurrency or online payments or anything to do with this? You wouldn't have been studying this from the very beginning, Elon? Really? I don't buy it. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You know, that's what I wanted to talk about in this video. I know that the lags is pretty bad on the live streams, but I still wanted to do a stream for you all. So if the stream is okay, please smash the like button and get this video out to more people, because I want to know what Elon Musk is really doing behind the scenes, because he said that it is just a distraction, or not a distraction. He said Dogecoin is just a joke now. I mean, I'll replay what I played for you at the beginning of this video, but now he talks about that. What about prior? What about prior? What about when you were pumping it? Why didn't you say, like, yeah, it's a total joke, you know, but, you know, fate loves irony. Ha ha. You know, like, if you guys want to be in Doge, you know, my toddler hodler is buying Doge and this and that. Now he talks about Doge being a joke, and now he believes in Bitcoin. You know, I'm late on the bandwagon, but now I believe in Bitcoin after we acquired 1.5 billion worth. After we put a 10% position of our treasury in it. Now I believe in Bitcoin. I think you knew about Bitcoin from the very beginning, Elon. I think you've been watching it very close from the very beginning. And I think you understand every aspect of its mechanics. And you didn't even need Michael Saylor to do it. I think you understood it in and out, everything about Bitcoin, everything about cryptocurrency. And I think you knew about it way before Bitcoin even blew up to the first time it went to 20,000. If the guy who created PayPal and had a vision for online payments wasn't watching Bitcoin, doesn't make sense to me. And I just wanted to reiterate for all of my subscribers and all of the people in our group where Elon Musk really got his money in the first place, because I don't want to be the whole bring up all these theories and different aspects, but the truth is the truth. I mean, smash the like button if you agree, guys. Let me know if you agree with me, because maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm overthinking this. Let me know if you think I'm wrong, but I really think that he knows way more than he puts on. He knows way more. This individual created PayPal. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. And he's friends with Peter Thiel, who helped him create PayPal. As part of PayPal Mafia. If you don't know the story of the look up on YouTube after watching this live stream, look up the PayPal Mafia and understand that's Elon Musk's group. That's where he had a vision for changing online payments. Are you Satoshi Nakamoto? Are you Satoshi, Elon? That should have been the title of this. Is Elon Satoshi Nakamoto? You know, like, you don't just create PayPal and then say you don't know anything about it. It's like, what? Oh, I'm oblivious. I'm late to the wagon on Bitcoin. I didn't know about Bitcoin. It's whatever. Like, okay, bro. You know, like, I think you know way more than you tell everybody. And I think you use your platform of Twitter as a distraction. I mean, practically, it's like almost like half of Twitter's already following Elon Musk. Do you know the power of having nearly 50 million people instantaneously alerted to anything you say and have their eyeballs immediately on anything you say? The power of that Twitter is unbelievable, unprecedented power that Elon Musk has with that. You know, part of me thinks it could be a whole lot. I don't know about the whole Satoshi thing. I think I might be pushing it with that. But Elijah, I really appreciate the super chat, man. He says, yo, Rob, sorry for getting you off your live stream yesterday to get on Chris Marcus' live stream, but it was legendary. I couldn't go to sleep. Thanks, man. Elijah Reyes, you know, everybody that helped make that happen, you guys are awesome. Honestly, the community that we have here, I'm so humbled and so grateful to be part of this and all the support that I've gotten on my YouTube channel. Yesterday, a lot of my friends in the YouTube channel here, they basically said, hey, you know, Chris Marcus is inviting you over and he's Arcadia Economics. You know, it was a pleasure to be over there. And honestly, some really smart guys that were on that live stream, and girls. There was a girl there as well that I believe works with him. But really was an honor to be there and take part in epic, like 12-hour long live stream. It was wild, you know. And then we also had the founder of Wall Street Silver there as well. And I need to reach out to him. I'm actually going to DM him a bit on Instagram and talk with the Wall Street Silver founder. So it's just crazy the community that we have and how easy it is to connect with each other. And so I hopped on that live stream, that Zoom call yesterday, and we talked about that a bit on this subject on that live stream. You know, I felt a little bit out of my element because I'm used to just doing the live stream like this, but to be there with other people and everything, it's the whole podcast type format. Appreciate everybody bearing with me and all of that. It was really a blast. I really enjoyed it. But thank you everybody that helped make that happen. It meant a lot to me, seriously. But to the Elon Musk situation here, to everybody in the comments, is there a rational reason why Elon Musk wouldn't buy silver right now? Like, is there a reason, and not just silver, but say, is there a rational reason if the dollar is being diluted? They just are about to pass this new stimulus package. I think it just went through the House right now and it needs to get approved by the Senate. Is there a single logical reason why you would have a $15 billion treasury, put $1.5 billion in Bitcoin? What are you thinking about the remaining $13.5 billion sitting in your treasury? Like, what are you thinking about right there? It's like, what do we do with this capital here? Could you think of one logical reason as to why you wouldn't put that capital to work and accumulate the materials that are obviously going to cost more due to inflation? Like, not just silver, but the aluminum he needs for his cars, all the metals he needs, the lithium, the cobalt, all the different materials to make the batteries. Like, you're going to need a lot of battery packs in the future. You're going to need a lot of materials to make your solar panels. And you got to remember, this is a completely vertically integrated company that not only produces the hardware, but also the software in addition to that. So this isn't like just an app. Tesla isn't an app. They're creating things from scratch. They're literally creating cars from scratch. So why would you not just buy the components that you are going to be using in bulk as you're going into mass production with all of this extra money sitting in your treasury? And bravo Elon Musk and the Tesla team for doing all the secondaries when the stock was ridiculously high priced. That's what GameStop should have done. They should have put some capital in the treasury, and guess what? They held a lot of that big jump that they had on their stock. But I really think I can't think of one reason why Elon Musk wouldn't do something with this money. Like, what do you guys think in the comments? I'm watching in the comments. Hey Rob, what if he already has a lot of silver? Part of me wonders, and not just about silver, because everybody knows I have the bias about silver, but I think so. If you put in your SEC filing, if you're Elon Musk and you put in the filing, they actually brought up gold. So his executive team that put together the filing of why they bought Bitcoin, because you have to disclose this to the SEC, they disclosed that they wanted to protect their money just like if it was gold. So they actually brought up gold. And that might have been a distraction in its own self, you know, because they could have brought up silver too, but they didn't. They only brought up gold in the filing. But silver would not only be a hedge against inflation that's undervalued, but also it's a material that they need at Tesla, and they need a lot of it. And with everything going on with a possible silver squeeze and everything with Reddit, which is something Elon Musk participated in a way, you know, he was interviewing the CEO Vladimir from Robinhood, and it was a pretty funny interview. But remember that interview with Vladimir from Robinhood? He goes, you know, just spill the beans. You guys remember that on the Clubhouse thing he did? He goes, spill the beans. Spill the beans, Vladimir. Come on, man. Just spill the beans. And his girlfriend was laughing in the background. It was a hilarious interview he did with the CEO of Robinhood with this Clubhouse meeting. I'm sure a lot of you guys watched that in the live stream. And I'm saying the same thing to you, Elon. Spill the beans, man. Spill the beans. What are you really up to? And how much do you really know about cryptocurrency? Let's hear a Clubhouse with you talking about Bitcoin, because the guy who founded PayPal, I mean, if we didn't even take this all out of the perspectives here, take everything about Elon Musk out of our minds for a second. You're told, hey, the CEO of PayPal is going to be, or the original founder of PayPal is going to be questioned about cryptocurrency. Just that. Nothing to do with Elon Musk. The original founder of PayPal, don't remember that it's Elon Musk, nothing. Take him out of the picture. The original founder of PayPal, or the original founders of PayPal, are going to talk about cryptocurrencies. Do you think they would be oblivious? Like, really? Be honest with ourselves. Like, do you think that these people who are the founders of PayPal would be oblivious to cryptocurrency? Just take Elon Musk out of the picture. Just the first thought in my mind would go, they're online payment processors. Like, of course they know everything about cryptocurrency. They're probably trying to come up with a blockchain themselves. They're probably trying to put a blockchain type thing together with PayPal right now. What do you mean? I'm sure they've studied it inside and out. They probably have a whole team working on it. That would be my first thought in my mind. So to act like Elon Musk is just completely oblivious to payments online, it's like, you have said on the record that PayPal was flawed, that it wasn't finished yet, and that you had just sold the email payment part of it. What is the part that you didn't finish, Elon? Spill the beans, man. Spill the beans, man. Just like you said to the, it was an awesome interview. I got to give him credit. It was hilarious. I mean, could you imagine if you're the guy from Robinhood and you got Elon Musk across from you or on the chat room and he's just like, just spill the beans, man. It's like the richest person in the world, or now the second richest person, just telling you to spill the beans publicly in front of hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people. That I would be sweating if I was Vladimir or whatever from Robinhood. It was hilarious. Yeah, I think he knows a lot more than he puts on. And I wanted to make a stream so that everybody that is subscribed to the channel here kind of knows my thoughts on it. And I wouldn't be surprised. I'm just going to put this out there. I mean, I talked about Tesla buying Bitcoin back when Dogecoin was peak hype. You know, I hope a lot of you, I posted it on my Instagram, and I know I'm gloating. I know it's arrogant. I apologize. But it was like, that was one of the most painful streams I ever had when I said, you know, Dogecoin, it's a front. This makes no sense. I bet you Tesla goes and buys Bitcoin. And if you don't believe me, that video is posted. It's one of the first videos I did with Elon Musk holding a Dogecoin as the thumbnail. And I said, this is the truth about Dogecoin. And this is prior to Tesla buying Bitcoin. I said, Tesla's not going to buy Dogecoin. They're going to buy Bitcoin. If anything, they're going to buy Bitcoin. Turns out literally the next day after that live stream, and it was one of the most painful live streams I ever had. It was the most downvoted video I ever had in my whole history on YouTube. And so it was rough. And then the next day, they ended up doing exactly that. They went and bought Bitcoin. So my current prediction, my current thesis on what I think could happen next is I wouldn't be surprised that Tesla would buy more Bitcoin. I wouldn't be surprised if Tesla says we bought another 2 billion worth of Bitcoin. As they're distracting, as all this stuff's going on, I wouldn't be surprised to hear in another disclosure that they bought even more Bitcoin, especially with it being down right now. Especially with what happened the first time. They ended up making the money. They didn't, I don't know if they sold it. I don't think they did sell it. I think they're just buying it to hold it. But I wouldn't be surprised to hear that he's buying not only more Bitcoin, but that might be the only thing we would hear about because they actually will file that with the SEC. But they can accumulate, I believe they can accumulate materials silently. I don't think they have to disclose with the Bitcoin situation, they would have to disclose to the SEC, but with the materials, they might be silently buying the materials that they need in addition to buying more Bitcoin than the 1.5 billion. That's just my wild thought. And now that Elon Musk is publicly saying, I could play that again for you guys, but if people that watched the beginning of the stream, maybe it's only a quick 30-second thing, so I'll play this again. But this is Elon Musk recently said this.
I do at this point think Bitcoin is a good thing, and so I'm a supporter of Bitcoin. Like I said, I'm late to the party, but I'm a supporter of Bitcoin, and I think Bitcoin is really on the verge of getting broad acceptance by sort of the conventional finance people. You know, so yeah, I think so. You know, I don't have a strong opinion on other cryptocurrencies. I mean, occasionally I make jokes about Dogecoin, but they are really just meant to be jokes. But Dogecoin is made as a joke to make fun of cryptocurrencies.
I didn't play that one 2 weeks ago. That's one. That's a different one. That's a new one. There was one that he got caught up by like TMZ or something, and I posted that one 2 weeks ago. But this is a new one where he reiterates that he believes Bitcoin. In the first one, he didn't talk about Bitcoin. This time he goes, "Now I'm a believer in Bitcoin." Obviously, because you bought 1.5 billion worth, bro. Obviously, you're a believer because you didn't buy 1.5 billion worth of Dogecoin, and now you're firmly saying that you believe Dogecoin was started as a joke, and it was and obviously it was a joke. But fate loves irony. It loves irony. It's like, couldn't you could have said that the first time, Elon. You could have said that the first time when you were in the middle of hyping it. You wouldn't have had this huge crowd of people pushing Dogecoin. And the thing is, he says he's proven that he can't control Dogecoin, because I doubt those whales let go of that position. I doubt the whales let go, especially at how far Dogecoin is pulled back at this point. Let's take a look. Where is Dogecoin right now? Yeah, Dogecoin is at it's at 4 cents. It was at 8 cents when we first talked about Dogecoin, when it was just it's just steadily gone down. It's down at 4 cents, almost lost half of its value, almost 50%. And in the same time, Bitcoin has held the gain from that same period. Went from in the 30s of thousands and still holding well into 45,000 plus. So even though it pulled back from 58, it's been way better of a gain than losing 50% like Dogecoin did. But that is my little prediction. What I think could possibly happen is I think Elon Musk is silently buying the materials that he needs. I think he's silently buying silver, silently buying cobalt, silently buying, lithium, all the different materials that he needs. I mean, why wouldn't you? If you guys have looked into Tesla's factories and you've seen Fremont and you've seen the Gigafactory, they literally press each individual car part in the factory. They literally roll in sheets of aluminum and roll out cars. It's a full-fledged factory that does everything from the ground up internally. It's incredible. It's incredible. And why wouldn't you just bulk buy all the materials that you need for the next 5-10 years? If you had that much in the treasury and you were scared of a diluted dollar, they don't have to disclose that in the same way that they would have to disclose the Bitcoin filings. So right now, maybe the next step that they're doing is disclosing. Maybe it's like, what a master plan. First you buy Bitcoin, and while everybody's talking about Bitcoin and you buy Bitcoin, you distract with Dogecoin, then you buy Bitcoin. Then after buying Bitcoin, everybody's thinking about that Bitcoin purchase. And then meanwhile, you're actually buying silver and cobalt and lithium, all the different materials that you need, while people are distracted with the Bitcoin purchase. And then while they're distracted with that, then they might go ahead and buy Bitcoin more while it's down a little bit. It's like, part of me thinks that might be what plays out next, because the last thing you would want to do after you've talked with Michael Saylor and you know how diluted the dollar is, after another stimulus package goes through, the last thing you would want to do when you're sitting on a huge treasury of $15 billion is sit on that cash. Maybe keep, 4 billion or something, or 5 billion or whatever in cash, but that still makes 10 billion worth of money that you need to do something with. The question is, what are you doing with that 10 billion, Elon? And honestly, your stock has fallen a bit. It's like, I'm curious. I'm really curious what you are doing right now with Tesla, because at these levels, I'm starting to look at Tesla as potentially wanting to invest in them. And if they made a decision like that, they're down to 648 billion market cap. They've fallen. Their all-time high, the 52-week all-time high for Tesla, was 900. Wow, it hit 900 at one point. 940 cents was the all-time high, the 52-week all-time high. And right now it is down in the after hours. It's down to 670. It closed at on Friday. Excuse me. Quite a big pullback. But let's hear from you guys. I wanted to just ramble for a bit on this, but let's hear from you guys. What do you think is going on with Tesla? What do you think Elon is up to? Let's hear it. I want to see the comments. I'm watching. Repurchase shares. You could repurchase. The problem about repurchasing your shares, if you're Tesla, is the dollar's diluted in the first place, and you're using the dollars to repurchase shares in dollars. Those shares are not valued in Bitcoin. Well, 1.5 billion of them, I guess, but the overall market cap of Tesla is valued in dollars. So you're not really getting away from dollars by repurchasing your shares. You actually are hyper focusing into dollars because there's a risk of a possible market correction or a dollar dilution crisis. And so if you go and repurchase shares, you're basically just doubling down on dollars, which is what they're trying to get away from. At least that's my personal opinion on it. But that's a great point. It's possible, but I really don't think he's going to be doing that, especially if they went and bought Bitcoin. You think Rings of Fire says he's just having fun, laughing at what everyone says about him. I mean, probably, but at the same time, this is the Elon Musk. Whether you don't like him, you like him, whatever. Nobody can deny that this is a certified super genius. Nobody can deny it. If you had to guess what his IQ is, it's going to be pretty high. You know, if you had to, he doesn't have to even disclose it. His IQ is up there, you know, probably one of the highest. You know, it's like, so the guy's a certified super genius. He's got to be thinking about this stuff. And that's why I don't buy a certified super genius, let alone if this guy was just, one of the original founders of PayPal. That's already enough for me to go, oh, you're pretending you don't know anything about cryptocurrency or blockchain tech. Oh, you're only just learning about it right now. Oh, for sure, bro. For sure. That would already be enough if you were just a board member of PayPal or something, or original founding member of PayPal. Well, he is the original founder of X.com that then merged and created PayPal. But on top of that, being a certified super genius, in addition to being the founder of PayPal, that's what gets me. It's like, come on, you know more than what you're putting off, man. You know way more, way more. Let's get to some more comments. Loved your guest appearance with Chris on the 12-hour stream yesterday. Anthony, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. It was really, and honestly, the people that made that happen, I didn't make that happen. I just, my fellow Silver Squirrels gave me the push and said, hey, man, we told Chris to put you on. And it was you guys that made that happen. So honestly, thank you all for making that happen. All of the people in the comments yesterday, I wasn't, just invited on. They went over there from my live stream and said, hey, Rob should go on your channel. Rob should go on your channel. And then he emailed me because of my subscribers here. And so thank all you guys. Seriously. It really means a lot to me that you made that happen. And it's just crazy to be part of a big YouTube channel like that. And I wasn't that big of a YouTube channel. I'm still not that big of a YouTube channel, but it's crazy to me that my channel went in the past month and a half, 2 months, went from a couple thousand subscribers to where it is today, almost 14,000 subscribers. It's like, I don't even believe it when I say that. So for me to be invited to something like that, let alone have my subscriber base make that happen for me, it's like, dude, that's so cool. That's so cool, man. I was hyped up when I got out of that live stream. I was pretty hyped up. Like it was like it felt like kind of I don't know. It felt almost like validating or something like that. It was like, wow, I can actually talk with these guys about silver. It's like I've always been this kind of I've always had the kind of underdog mentality of where it was always kind of scrape together, build my own company, scrape my way into the precious metals industry. And so to be able to talk with some of the kind of the bigger shot guys felt really cool. And thank you all so much for making that happen. Seriously, thank you. Love you guys. Those rockets are pretty cool. I mean, come on. Those re-landing rockets, when he first re-landed those rockets, that shot of them both landing at the same time, literally in unison. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. When they first re-landed the rockets, that first test where it was a real test, where they put it into like really high up and they dropped the two down perfectly side by side. That was the most epic thing. And so these rockets, I mean, re-landing rockets was just, nobody thought that was possible. Elon Musk got it done. And so this is the same guy that founded PayPal and got his money to start SpaceX from PayPal. And you're telling me he doesn't know anything about blockchain or cryptocurrencies or has nothing really to say about Bitcoin? Elon Musk could put a lecture on about Bitcoin. You know, Michael Saylor is a genius in his own right, and I'm a big fan of Michael Saylor's. I think that Elon Musk knows every single bit as much about Bitcoin as Michael Saylor, and I think he could literally put on a lecture about cryptocurrency, blockchain, and Bitcoin. I really think that, from the bottom of my heart, I think he knows everything about it. I think he literally knows everything about it, and he pretends like he doesn't. That's how I feel about it. That's just my gut feel. Just like I thought he was joking around with Dogecoin. Turns out he was joking around with Dogecoin. I think Elon Musk could easily be accumulating Bitcoin right now. We see it from an SEC filing. Oh, we bought another $3 billion worth of Bitcoin. What would that do to Bitcoin's price? It would go bonkers. It would go bonkers if he announced that they bought $3 billion worth of Bitcoin, and why wouldn't they? Michael Saylor converted his entire treasury. Roughly his entire treasury, I think. I think it's like 4.5 billion they have of Bitcoin, Michael Saylor. So Michael Saylor's tiny company, I mean, obviously it's not a tiny company, but it's not as big as Tesla. They don't have as much expendable income as Tesla. Tesla has way more money than Michael Saylor's company. So why it wouldn't be a long shot to see Tesla put a $5 billion position in Bitcoin. It wouldn't be a long shot. I mean, prior to them putting 1.5 billion in Bitcoin, if the entire community had a public vote, if Tesla would buy Bitcoin, more than 50% would have said no. That's just my opinion on it. Like, prior to them buying Bitcoin, I think more than 50% of people on a public vote would, and I've been doing those public votes, by the way. I hope you guys like those. You know, it kind of gets a good feel out to the audience out there when I did a public vote on where you think silver is going to go, where you think Bitcoin is going to go. So if you go to the community tab on my profile, those public polls are really for you. So we can all kind of learn together. You know, I have no influence on those polls other than the fact that it's the subscriber base here. But you guys, cast your votes there, and it actually helps me learn too. It's like, okay, well, how many of us think silver's going over 50 in the next year? How many of us think it's going over 100 in the next year? You know, it's pretty cool to be able to do those polls, and we had a really wide amount of people that voted on them, like over 2,000 on one of them, I think, on one of those polls we did on the community page. So thank you all so much for taking part of that. It's really awesome to be able to hear from everybody. I'm gonna do more of those polls on the community tab. I didn't even know I could do that for the longest time, and I saw one of them like, wait, I'm allowed to do that now? I think you need like 10,000 subscribers to do that. So I saw the tab there. I'm like, wait, I can do that now. I can actually post things or whatever. I didn't realize that I was allowed to do polls like that. I thought that was really cool. I knew I could post something, but I didn't know I could do my own polls. And that's really beneficial when it comes to stocks, when it comes to silver, when it comes to, I mean, as a tool for all the subscribers to be able to cast our opinions on something. I think that's brilliant, and we can all learn together that way. So it's been, you guys are saying, let's get those likes up. That's awesome. Thank you so much for the support, man. Yeah, please smash that like button. Would really appreciate it if you smash that like button. Get my fancy like pillow out. If you could take it out on that like button. Get this information out there. Elon, spill the beans, bro. Spill the beans. How much do you know? What are you doing with that 15 billion? Spill the beans, Elon. We're liking this video because we want to find out. You know, I want Elon to talk about this. What are you doing? What are you doing with that? You know, I really think that there's something more going on here. We should do another public poll on what we think Tesla's going to do with the remaining, 13.5 billion of their treasury. That would be a great poll. What do we think? Are they going to put it more into Bitcoin? How many of us think they're going to put more into Bitcoin? How many of us think they're going to buy silver with it, or have been buying silver and we just don't know yet? How much of it are they going to put here? Like, I think that'd be a pretty cool poll to do next. The beans, spill the beans. The beans are Doge. That's funny. I mean, he did say that he needs the whales to sell their position, and then I don't like the way it's designed myself with Dogecoin. It was designed as a joke coin. So I just don't, I know the whole fate loves irony thing. I get it, but I still just don't buy it myself. I mean, even if the whales sell their positions, like Elon Musk said, he said, I will literally buy your positions if you whales want to sell your positions. Like, that was a pretty bold offer as well, by the way. Actually, that's something to talk about here. Saying that he would buy the whales' positions off of them in Dogecoin. Remember, at the time he wrote that, Doge had a valuation of around 10 billion. And so that was him making a public offer to the tune of billions for Dogecoin, for the whales to sell their positions. So, I mean, he is interested in rewriting a monetary system. If you're saying something like that, that's not just like a small offer. It wasn't like, hey, I'll buy 10 million worth of your Dogecoins. Doge at the time was valued at 10 billion when he made that public offer to buy the whales positions off of them. So I would imagine those whales positions to be well over 500 million, at least a billion or two, because I think it was around 20 or something percent, 20 or 30% of them was the whale positions. So somewhere around 500 million to 3 billion or however much that was, but it obviously was not a small amount of money to make that public offer. So what that really tells me is Elon Musk knows a lot more about cryptocurrency than he puts off. He knows a lot more, you know, because that actually wasn't a joke. That offer saying I'll buy the whale's money, I will literally buy your money, your positions off of you. That's something to think about. It wasn't like a couple million. I know a couple million, it's like that's a ton of money, but it was talking to the tune of billions, I believe, to buy the whales positions off of them. So realistically, the biggest problem that Bitcoin has is you're not going to be able to use Bitcoin in the future to buy your coffee. So there still has to be another cryptocurrency out there that's used for your day-to-day transactions, whether it be buying groceries, buying your coffee. You need the token to be there and to be able to buy something instantaneously. And that's what the whole Dogecoin crowd is pumping, is that. And so I've heard it. I get it. You know, I really do get it. And there is a necessity for another coin. But the problem with Dogecoin is Litecoin already exists and Ethereum already exists. So they'll probably be able to solve that problem, and Dogecoin wouldn't be needed in that situation. It's just another thing that's not needed. There does have to be, I think really there's three. I really think there's three. There's Bitcoin, which is like the digital gold, which is the storage of the value in the digital realm. And you can transfer, you can buy a house with it. You can buy cars with it. You can buy like these big priced items because it doesn't matter if it gets to them within like an hour or whatever to get confirmed on the chain. You need one token like Ethereum, which is Ethereum, to have a programmable money. You need a way to program on the blockchain. So Ethereum conquers that. So you have the digital gold, you have the Ethereum, which is a programmable money. The last thing you need of the three is a money to be able to send payments instantaneously, to buy your groceries, to buy your coffee, to buy your gas, like that type of stuff, or to pay for your electricity, because it might be all electric cars in the future. But you need something to do your quick transactions. So there is a third coin, and Litecoin would be that coin, but is that confirmed yet? I don't know. But those are the three I see in my mind, and that's why I don't believe in the whole altcoin world, because I really think only three are needed, at least in the near term. At least in the next 5-10 years, until something else can get adopted. But really, there's only three in my mind that matter for the near term in regards to where am I going to put my money. Otherwise, it's just a theory. You know, these are all theories. Do you need to invest in a theory? Like, I would rather just invest in Bitcoin for right now. You know, but like, here's the thing. Like, say ADA or XRP or any of those. XRP, everybody says XRP is going to be that thing. It's possible. Maybe XRP is the thing. But in the near term, I'm keeping all my money in Bitcoin, maybe a little bit in Ethereum. You know, that's where I'm keeping my money, because those two are the real deal. You know, well, Bitcoin is the real deal, but Ethereum, I think, is next up where I'm going to keep my money. Now, I'll tell you what would change my mind. If Amazon said, we are using XRP, I'd be all in. I'd be all in. Like, I would put a ton of money in XRP if we had it. I am waiting, and I might miss out on a big jump in it going up in that announcement. But if some large company says we are going to use XRP, then I would go in. I will take the risk and miss out on that quick initial jump, but I will get in after that news comes out. That's what I'm waiting for. So why am I putting pretty much everything into Bitcoin except a tiny little bit of Ethereum? You know, well, because it's been confirmed. Michael Saylor bought 4.5 billion worth of it. Tesla just bought 1.5 billion worth of it. Cathie Wood isn't talking about XRP from ARK Invest. They're not talking about XRP. They're not talking about ADA. So for me, I need to see a confirmation before I put my money on something. That's how I feel about that. And I think that's fair enough, guys. I think that's fair enough. You know, that's how I genuinely feel about it. So I'm not ruling it out. I would certainly believe more in XRP than Dogecoin, you know, but right now it's only Bitcoin for me because it's been confirmed. Hey, Underdoge, the Underdoge. I think you should write that 4 more times. I might do it if you write that out 4 more times. 12 wasn't enough, or 15 or whatever. I need 4 more. Copy and paste it 4 more times for me. Because the 15, it just wasn't enough to get through I got a squirrel brain. It doesn't really work too well. So 4 more times and I'll do it. You got to troll the trolls back. You got to troll the trolls back. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Oh, he did it 4 times. Oh, he's going off. He's going off. All right. Fine. You win, troll. You win. I trolled the troll and I'll do it again. I'll prove to you that they're completely different clips. He's talking about this clip. So we'll go to by the way, if you want to follow me on Instagram and I miss your question here, shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'm getting back to all my DMs. I'm working from the bottom up. So if I haven't gotten to you yet, it's because I'm working from the bottom up. But shoot me a DM on Instagram and I will personally get back to you on my Instagram at Rob Sultan on Instagram. If I missed your question, please, if you want to just say hi. You don't have to have a question, but if you have a question, I will get back to you on my Instagram. Shoot me a DM at Rob Sultan on Instagram. Shoot me a follow there. And I do a lot of exclusive stuff on the Instagram too, so appreciate it. But I shouldn't reward these spammers. I shouldn't reward them, but I want to prove that he's wrong about that situation. Hang on. He's talking about this clip. So I posted this clip. Let me pull it up. Was it that long ago? Hang on 1 second. Where is this clip? I also give Elon Musk a lot of credit on things. I'm a fan of Elon Musk. Here, he's talking about this clip. So listen to this one.
But it should be considered speculation at this point. And so, don't go too far in the crypto speculation.
So disposable income is okay, but don't bet the farm on it?
Don't bet the farm on crypto.
Right.
Don't bet the farm on crypto, to be clear.
I hear you. Does it matter that Dogecoin was invented as a joke? Is the technology still there for it to scale for humanity to use as a coin?
Well,
there you go.
I think it's actually the point is that Dogecoin was invented as a joke, as essentially to make fun of cryptocurrency, and that's why I think there's like an argument like fate loves irony. Like the most entertaining outcome is what would be the most ironic outcome? That the currency that was invented as a joke, in fact, becomes the real currency.
Right? Wow. No, absolutely. To the moon.
To the moon.
So that's a clip he's talking about, which is entirely different than him confirming his beliefs in Bitcoin on this clip that I just posted today.
I do at this point think Bitcoin is a good thing, and so I am a supporter of Bitcoin. Like I said, I'm late to the party, but I'm a supporter of Bitcoin, and I think Bitcoin is really on the verge of getting broad acceptance by sort of the conventional finance people. So yeah, I think so. I don't have a strong opinion on other cryptocurrencies. I mean, occasionally I make jokes about Dogecoin, but they are really just meant to be jokes. Dogecoin was made as a joke to make fun of cryptocurrencies. But I do at this point think Bitcoin is.
They're both entirely different. One of them is a professional clip that he recently dropped, and the other one is him getting caught on the street with TMZ. And they're actually both of these are on my Instagram. So go to my Instagram at Rob Sultan and check them both out. The new one is very interesting because he confirmed that he is very bullish on Bitcoin, and obviously you can tell by the quality of the sound that this is a new one that is a professional interview where he's actually questioned about Bitcoin and Dogecoin, where he talks about why he's now a believer in Bitcoin and Dogecoin is a joke. Now, he did say the same thing in this clip. It was cut off because it's a cut off clip. But at the end of it, he did say, well, fate loves irony. Ha, 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 ha. That kind of thing with Dogecoin in there as well. So that might be what he's referring to because he said fate loves irony at the end of both of them. But this is a new clip where he firmly reiterates that he believes in Bitcoin. And that's why I believed it was so important to show you guys today, because he is reiterating something he wasn't really talking about before. He was just joking about Dogecoin, joking about things. But to say now that he actually believes in Bitcoin, I am hard pressed to think that he didn't think that way all along. I think he felt that way for a very long time. I don't think he's late on this. I think he was watching it intensely for a very long time. That's my personal feel on it. I think that he's playing, mind games a bit. And the founder of PayPal, I think he knew about this all along. But yes, they are completely different clips. Both of them are different clips. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I can't take it anymore, guys. I did agree to do that with that, but we're gonna take off the spammers now. If they keep spamming, I'm just gonna take them out. All right. But I did show the clips because, and they're actually on my Instagram, so you can just go to my Instagram at Rob Soltan to look at it. But yeah, I do think it's very interesting that he's, now talking about why he's, he believes in Bitcoin, and now he's late on it, but now he believes on Bitcoin. I think he believed in it all along. I think he knew about it all along. And my ultimate summary on this little live stream here is I think he is accumulating materials that he needs with his resources at hand, with his treasury. And I would not be surprised to hear that he buys another, huge position in Bitcoin. I wouldn't be surprised to hear Tesla buys a $5 billion position in Bitcoin just because he wants to outdo Michael Saylor a little bit. Like, part of me really feels that way. Like, oh yeah, you're going to come to me about Bitcoin? Oh, really? Oh, really? You have 4.5 billion? Tesla, in a new announcement to SEC, Tesla buys $5 billion worth of Bitcoin to have half a billion more than Michael Saylor. Like, part of me feels like the competitiveness of Elon Musk would do something like that. I really do feel like that could happen. But I still I'm bullish on Bitcoin. And the funny thing is, I have a lot of Bitcoin, and I just, granted, I was lucky enough to get early in on it, but I'm just sitting on it. And I still, I'm looking to accumulate more Bitcoin because I just find it to be a very, it's an insurance policy. Bitcoin is an insurance policy. It's starting to grow a little bit more than an insurance policy with the adoption that it's having right now. And this is what I'm looking for from an altcoin. So I am not going to bash on altcoins and just say they're zeros, completely worthless. Even though I'm putting all my money in Bitcoin, what I just need to see from an altcoin is it actually getting adopted. Like, be honest with me, guys. I know we got a lot of cryptocurrency guys in the house because I'm one of the unique pages where I believe in cryptocurrency and I also believe in precious metals. I believe in both of them. I can't buy cryptocurrency with the same conviction that I have with precious metals because I know precious metals in my mind are going to go up. I'm very, very, I can't say, like, nothing is a certainty in life, but in my mind, my personal opinion is silver has to go up. It doesn't have a choice but to go up. So for me to park a large amount of money in silver, I can buy that with conviction and make a lot of money on that. Bitcoin is still a speculation play for me, but I think that as I see a company buy this much into their treasury, like Tesla, like Michael Saylor's company, and guys like Raoul Pal, all these guys, Chamath Palihapitiya, all these guys are buying into Bitcoin. That is a confirmation for me. So I just need to see with XRP or ADA or any of these, I want to see confirmations. I want to see a legitimate big time company going into these altcoins. If Amazon decided to adopt XRP, I'm all in. I'm all ears, and you'll see it on this channel on a live stream nonstop. I'll be talking about it. I promise you that. So don't think that I'm trying to bash the altcoins. I just have a certain way I invest in this day and age. I used to take more risk, but now that I'm kind of protecting my nest egg, I'm very skeptical, and I have to really research everything I'm putting my money into. And that's why I'm still timid about putting money in Ethereum right now. I know it's on a big pullback, and part of me wants to start buying some Ethereum, but I really just want to stick with Bitcoin for right now. That's where I'm at. So that's really my feel on it. Right now, silver, platinum, Bitcoin. If anybody wanted to know, it's like, what do you invest in? That's a question I get a lot. I'll answer it really quick. Silver, platinum, Bitcoin. Rob's entire portfolio right there. No stocks, silver, platinum, Bitcoin. That's me in a nutshell. Pun intended, nutshell. See here, get to some more comments. We'll keep this live stream nice and short at only an hour. I say nice and short, but I comfortably hold Dex Coins UNIORNINJ sushi. I couldn't comfort. I mean, it depends on how much. I guess I couldn't comfortably hold it myself. ETH is a good play this year, man. You should research it more, Jared. I'm with you. I am researching it, and I've gotten a little bit of it. I'm watching it. I got to know a little bit more about that. No stocks at all, Chrome. 0. That's how many stocks I have. 0. No shorts, no longs, nothing. No shorts, no longs, 0 stock. I'm just like Robert Kiyosaki. That's for this time. I'll tell you this much though. At the beginning of this crisis that we're in right now, when the stock market plummeted, I blew it. Like, if I had known that they were going to pump all this money into the stock market and skyrocket it, it's just I had went all in on silver when it was down at 12, and it was like the premiums were like 14, 15, and it was down at 12. And I went all in buying like 1,000-ounce silver bars, bunch of 100-ounce bars. Like, just I put my entire net worth in silver pretty much when it first fell at the beginning of all of this. And I mean, I made a lot. I made a lot of money on my silver position, more than double. But what I missed out on was I didn't realize the stock market was going to do what it was going to do. And I'd be a fool to say that it was a better play to go into, precious metals at the beginning of this crisis otherwise than the stock market. But now with the stock market at these lofty levels that it's at right now, I don't want anything to do with it. Now, is that not saying that I missed out on this pump? Yeah, I missed out on the pump, but I think this pump is artificial. Now I think this pump at that where it's at now, we're going to start seeing this thing deflate. And if anything, we're either going to see one of two things. In my mind, my thesis on the stock market is we see one of two things here. The first thing is, I think either the dollar crashes. If the dollar crashes, say the dollar index goes from 91 down to 45 or something, has some gnarly crash and cuts in half, well, then all the stocks, regardless of where they're at, have cut in half because they're valued in dollars. So even if the stock market remains flat, or if it even goes up, but the dollar crashes, the valuing instrument of buying your stocks just lost its value. So what exactly, if you have a $900 stock and it lost half of its value of the buying power of the dollar, the dollar crash, well, then really you have a $450 stock that's saying it's 900, but it's really 450 because the dollar just lost half its value. Or the stock market deflates. I feel like that's the only two options here. Because if you're diluting and diluting a currency, you're diluting and diluting it, well, then you're devaluing all the stocks because the dollar itself is diluted. And if you're diluting, well, then the stocks might go up, but the dollar's been diluted. So, I mean, it would eventually, plummet based on the dilution. So I think those are really the only two options here. So I'm completely out of the stock market. That's how I feel. Wow. I really appreciate the super chats. Really appreciate that. Bite Hunter, appreciate that. Didn't even say anything. Just gave me $5. Really appreciate that, Bite Hunter. Thank you. Mr. T, you helped make that happen, Mr. T. I appreciate you, man. He says Sultan of Silver was the smartest guy on Arcadia last night. I don't know about that. I don't know about all of that. There were some really sharp guys on Arcadia, but it was an honor to be able to kind of share that screen with them. It was, I just felt like, I hate to use the word like validating, but it's just like I've really, one of these days I'll share more about my journey into precious metals with everybody. One of these days I'll share more about my journey about it because, I still feel, even though I've had a little bit of success, I still feel like an underdog. So when I'm in there, I'm just feeling like I'm allowed to talk in here. Like, wow, this is crazy, guys. Like, what's up? It's like, I just feel like a fish out of water a little bit. So it's kind of validating. And I really appreciate everybody that made that happen. Seriously. And Mr. T you've been a big supporter, and I really appreciate that, man. You made that happen. Sky Trader, what if he is buying Bitcoin just to buy large amounts of Dogecoin? Now Wall Street Bets is pumping AMC. I'll tell you what, the offer was there from Elon Musk, to buy the whales out. And I will tell you what the confirmation would be. He puts his money where his mouth is. The whales sell him. If the whales publicly sold their position to Elon Musk, I would make a new video saying, yeah, the play on Doge is different now. So how about that? That's how I would feel about it. If he really did buy the whales out of their position, and until then, it's just a meme thing. And I just think he'd accumulate Bitcoin. But it's an interesting point, Sky Trader. Interesting point. RMD 123 At least you acknowledge that Bitcoin is a speculative play. In days past, you talked about Bitcoin like it was flawless. Don't count gold out yet. RMD 123. I mean, noted. I appreciate it, bro. I noted, but I do. I think it'd be foolish to not say that Bitcoin. It'd be foolish to say that Bitcoin wasn't elegant. Like Bitcoin, the system of Bitcoin, the design of it, to reward a decentralized network for processing the transactions and store money with no payment to any custodian, and you can store it for free with no interest rate or anything that you have to pay, and you're essentially a reserve bank. There's no other way to really be a reserve bank like that with full access to your money anywhere in the world. Like, it's pretty brilliant. It's pretty brilliant. So don't say the design of Bitcoin is it's pretty close to flawless, the design. Now, could they do some sort of regulation that makes it crash? I don't know. I don't know how they could try to regulate this. It'd be very hard, but there's a lot of things at play, and I'm very interested to see how it plays out, and I'm excited to see the future of it all. Brandon says, Rob, Elon should be doing what I'm doing with THCT. We converted some of our cash holdings and bought silver. Read our recent PR. I want to talk to you about what THC Therapeutics is doing with silver. Brandon Romanek, shoot me a DM on Instagram, or shoot me an email. It should be a link to my email somewhere in the channel here. But if you shoot me a DM on Instagram, I'd love to know more about it. I really appreciate the super chat, and we could talk about it, Brandon. Interesting. We converted some of our cash holdings and bought silver. Read our recent PR. Want to talk to you about what THC Therapeutics is doing with silver. I would love to know. Brandon. Please do reach out to me, and we could talk. And I appreciate the super chat, man. But at Rob Sultan on Instagram, Brandon, shoot me a DM at Rob Sultan on Instagram. Follow me and shoot me a DM there. I will get back to you. And thank you again. I really appreciate that, man. Rob, DEX coins are the future because it takes power away from centralized exchanges. So long as Bitcoin thrives, will the decentralized exchanges, DEX. Interesting. I'd have to look into that a little bit more. But that does bring up another point. If there was a person, like the idea that Elon Musk, is offering to buy out the whales of Dogecoin, if there was the biggest crisis with Bitcoin, this is a big crisis, is how much energy consumption Bitcoin has. That's the biggest thing for debate right now is, Bitcoin consumes way too much energy right now. It's so bad for the environment and it consumes all this energy. So you mean to tell me there's a guy out there, just hear me out, that founded PayPal, which was an online payment platform, sold that platform to eBay for $1.5 billion, only to take the money that they sold from selling PayPal, an online payment platform, and create Tesla, which specializes in, you guessed it, solar panels, battery packs, and electric cars. And the problem with the decentralized currency they created, PayPal, is that they are taking too much energy away from coal and all these different things. It's bad for the environment, how much energy it takes. Wait, but you mean to tell me the person that sold PayPal to eBay created a company that, specializes in energy? Son of a gun. What? Really? Oh, I didn't even think of that. Wow. Is this guy not the perfect guy to solve the whole solution, the whole problem here? Like, this is the guy, it's like Satoshi Musk. I know it. Satoshi Musk. This is the name of you. This is Satoshi Musk. He is going to solve the next thing he's going to do. Could you imagine? That would be the biggest thing for Tesla. So in addition to buying Bitcoin, in addition to buying your materials, what if Tesla built a super factory for mining Bitcoin? Had its own solar field, had its own battery packs to be its own bank mining Bitcoin. What if Tesla built its own central banks? What if that happened? If there was a single company on the planet that could do that right now, it's Tesla. They could literally make their own solar field, have the battery packs to run it, buy all the materials that they need to to mine Bitcoin, accumulate a huge Bitcoin position, and literally make gigafactories for mining Bitcoin completely off the grid, 100% self-contained. Yeah. Yeah. Now that would be a play. You want to talk about a play, Elon? Silver and that. That's a power play right there. That's a power play. Think about that. Zilla, honestly, my friend Zilla's in the house. Like, if you really think about that, that would be crazy. That would be crazy. That was like a brainchild of this live stream. I didn't even think about that until we did this live stream. That to be their own banks. Like, they could literally be their own reserve banks. But that's I want to see Rob debate someone. I want to see it too. Guys, you guys made it happen with Arcadia. Make it happen with Peter Schiff. Because if Peter Schiff went on Meet Kevin's show recently, and I would have ripped him to shreds on the things he was saying. I mean, I would have gone, figuratively, not literally, figuratively, just saying. But I would have ripped him in a debate on that. All the things he was saying. I was taking notes. I'm patiently waiting for my chance to debate Peter Schiff. Patiently waiting, taking notes, because his arguments haven't changed in the past 10 years. So it's pretty easy to take notes and write rebuttals to them. But one day we will make it happen, my fellow Silver Squirrels. One day we will get Peter Schiff on here. I've been reaching. He commented on one of my videos. Yeah, I would say it's a pretty big long shot, but he commented on one of my videos, and it turned out he was very, very wrong in that comment. It didn't age too well. RMD123. It is very elegant, but not close to flawless. Its greatest advantage and weakness is that it's digital. Internet can be disrupted at the very least. The thing is, it's a great point, RMD, but if the entire internet got shut down, we would have some very big problems on our hands. Like, much bigger than a monetary problem. And by the way, what's Venmo on? What's PayPal on? What's your, Zells on? All of our different banking apps and everything. It's all on the internet. So what, were we all just going to get in big lines and rush around, the banks and try to get our money out? There's so many different things. If the internet went down or all the electricity went down, we would have way bigger problems on our hands than a monetary crisis. There'd be so much bigger things at stake in that situation. But it's a great point. I just don't think that the internet getting shut down. The internet being shut down would be the real Picard. So you saw the comment. The comment was hilarious. He goes, Peter Schiff's comment was, "Thank you for the kind words," and I was poking at him. I'll be honest. I was poking at him. So he was being a little passive aggressive, and he goes, "Thank you for the kind words. In the end, I hope your channel does better than Bitcoin." And then that was, at the time, Bitcoin was literally 17,000, and my channel only had like 1,000 subscribers. So he was kind of picking on the little guy. I had a very small channel at the time, but we were a powerful small channel, and it turns out we're growing now, Peter. We're growing now. Bitcoin is growing from 17,000 when you made that comment, and my channel's growing. So maybe I deserve that debate now, Peter, but I'm going to keep working. If you're watching this, Peter, because you did comment on one of my videos and watch one of my videos. If you are watching, I'm coming for you, Peter. I'm coming for you. Just kidding. But Mr. T. He says, Sultan, I'm a licensed private investigator. I can contact anyone you want. I mean, I don't know if we need to be real secretive about it or anything, but if we can set up an interview with Peter Schiff, that'd be rad. I would love it. That's really what I want to do. Maybe smash that like button so this video gets out there and we can eventually set up this debate with Peter Schiff. If you don't agree with me, then make your point known, but if you do agree with me, please smash that like button and we can get this out to Peter Schiff somehow, because he did do a video with Meet Kevin, but Meet Kevin just kind of was sitting there grinning and letting him talk and letting him go on and on and on about the same things he's talked about for 10 years straight. It's like, come up with some new arguments. You know, bring up some new material. You know, if you bring up some new material, it would be interesting to debate him, but it's just the same material. So I think it'd be easy. I think I'd easily be able to take apart his debate points, you know, if he, you know, can let me speak. And if he doesn't let me speak, I'll still speak over him, you know, but it'll just be a very, you know, annoying debate of people speaking over each other. But I'm willing to go, okay, your 2 minutes. Okay, my 2 minutes. But if we want to get into a match of who can talk louder, I mean, we could do that too. But I think I'd beat Peter Schiff in a debate. I think it would be relatively easy. Just my personal opinion on it. Just my personal opinion. Sorry if that's arrogant, but I just don't think that his points hold much weight. I mean, they're just the idea of what did he bring up? What Peter Schiff brought up. I mean, this should be a different video on its own, but what Peter Schiff brought up was what I've already made videos about this in the past on what I think of this, but to trust a custodian with the gold and then have gold be on a blockchain or digital gold that was literally digital gold where, you know, 1 ounce of gold equals 1 gold coin. Like a full Bitcoin was equivalent to 1 ounce of gold and have a gold-backed cryptocurrency. The problem with that is history repeats itself. And it's if you trust a central body to hold the gold, they have the potential to do what they did last time in 1971. This has happened multiple times where you trust somebody with the gold, they give you an IOU note, and then they run off with the gold or they lose it. Now you're trying. I mean, what happens if they get robbed? What happens if the custodian loses the gold? Well, the digital currency crashes. So you are the design of a blockchain-based currency back to gold is flawed. You might as well just own the gold individually and not do the whole blockchain gold thing because you have to trust somebody to have the gold. His arguments hold no. They're completely they're not thought through. So I don't know. That's just my opinion of it. Yeah, rob Peter to pay Paul. Like it's the same thing he says over and over and over and over and over. And it's like, dude, come up with a new point. But a blockchain based gold, it would be you have to trust a custodian with the gold. With Bitcoin, you are trusting the network, that the network stays up and has miners across the entire world. And you have big companies buying huge chunks into it, but it is stored value and it ends at 21 million. So with a blockchain based gold, you could inject, I mean, if more gold is found, then that messes up the value of the currency. You know, that could, I mean, gold, there's external factors to the amount of gold you have backing that blockchain based currency. There's so many external factors in addition to the ability of losing that money, having fake gold there, or losing the gold, having fake gold there, or trusting a custodian not to run away with that gold. There's too many different points that don't make sense with a blockchain-based gold. And so that would be if you guys want to see a debate with Peter Schiff, that would literally be what I would say to that. I go, whoa, blockchain-based gold? And this is what he talked about just today with me, Kevin. I go, wait, blockchain-based gold. So you mean you want to trust an entity like we trusted our government with gold and silver to give us silver and gold certificates, and then they ran off with the gold and said the gold standard doesn't exist anymore. You want to do that again, Peter? Like everything that you stand for, you want to do that again? Oh, great point, Peter. Great point, Peter. Right on. Like, he has no argument against that. Like, so that would be that argument's destroyed. Next, you know, like I would love to debate Peter Schiff. It'd be a blast. So all we can do now, my fellow Silver Squirrels, is we can debate Peter Schiff on our live streams without him here. You know, that's how we can do it. But with that being said, I wanted to make this one kind of short, and I'm going to get to it. Thank you all so much for taking part in this live stream. It's been a blast. I'm going to sign out tonight, everybody. I'm going to sign out. Thank you so much for being here and all of the support I've been getting. Please do smash that like button. Maybe we can make it happen where we get Peter Schiff to actually agree to a debate at some point. That would be a blast. I would really love to do that. I'm in the precious metals industry. You know, I'm a precious metals bug, and I also like Bitcoin. So it would be really fun to debate somebody that is just only gold. That's it. Like he's talking about silver a little bit now because, you know, but he doesn't really, it's like 5% of what he talks about. Really, he's just 95% gold. The guy's made out of gold. That's it. know. But I would love to make that happen. But please do smash that like button. It really does help if you smash the like button. I know I say it a million times, but it really does help the channel if you hit that like button. So if there was some useful information talked about today, if you had some fun in this live stream, we'd really appreciate it if you smash that like button. And it is free to subscribe. Just click that red subscribe. All you got to do is click the red subscribe down below. Completely free to do that. You'll be notified of all future live streams when you click the bell and all notifications. Click subscribe, the bell, all notifications, and you'll be notified of all future videos on this channel. Thank you everybody for helping make that happen yesterday too. That was a blast. I had a blast, and honestly, I didn't make that happen. You guys made that happen, and I couldn't be more thankful. Seriously, that was really, really special to me. Not only to be on the show, but was the most special part of it is that my community helped make that happen for me. So that was what was really touching about it. And honestly, it really meant a lot to me. Thank you for that. With that all being said, signing out. If I missed your question, shoot me a DM on Instagram at Rob Sultan on Instagram. I will get back to all DMs there. I'm working from the bottom up, so give me a little bit of time. But thank you all so much. Signing out. See you at the next live stream.